Hey, Trevor. Hey, Paul. Hey, guest of the evening, and hello, PM. This is Dupes. I just want to say thanks for all the great content, and I really appreciate it. What I listen to, whether I'm working out or on a long, commute or whatever. But thank you so much. My question is, how did you decide what defines success for you? Not necessarily how do you find success, but what your life or of your free time did you look at when you were deciding this is what I want to do to make my income, this is what I want to do in order to succeed? That's my question. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the episode, and we will see you on the next one.
Awesome.
What a question.
Yeah. Shout out to Dupes. That was great. It did kind of cut out a little bit there in the middle, but I think, and Trevor, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like what he's asking is essentially, how do you individually measure your own success?
Yeah.
Is essentially, I remember talking about this on a previous episode, and it's kind of like, for me, it's measuring success. May I answer first? I didn't even. Rude. I mean,
no, you got it. You have the answer in your head, dude. You hit us with it.
Gosh,
in your house, man. This is all we got.
Take your shoes off, Skyler. They're all good. So I think, for me, what defines success for me is less about like my bank account or about my follower count or views on a video. It's more about a feeling of contentment and fulfillment. And that's kind of hard to quantify, but I feel fulfilled by doing this podcast. And so while I know numbers wise, you could call it a success or not, depending on what perspective you have, I think that is important too. If you're a small podcast, make Contain Action super successful. If you're a Barstool, you're like, what the frick is this little thing? Like, there's no.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all perspective based. It's relative. Yeah. So yeah, for me, success is defined by my sense of fulfillment, and also I think I said another word, but yeah, fulfillment is important for me. Less about numbers.
Contentment and fulfillment.
Yeah, contentment and fulfillment. But
you enjoy making it.
Exactly. And my ability to grow those numbers is able to give me that fulfillment, but it's not the numbers themselves.
Yes.
So yeah, that's for me. That's for me. Skyler, how do you measure your success, man?
Oh man, my problem is I don't, right? Like I never feel like I'm doing enough openly. I think that causes some mental health issues too. Nothing crazy, but like I still think I haven't done a lot, and I tell my team all the time, and it is something that needs to be addressed because I'm always constant push. Like we could win an award or we could do something crazy. Like I remember we signed the Rick Ross thing was like going through, and everyone was hyped, and I was already on to the next. And I think I don't cherish those moments. So I think. I'm the opposite. I don't actually determine success because I currently don't do that, right? And I think maybe that's why I'm involved in so much and kind of dealing with that stress a little bit. But it's something that's on the to-do list, the focus point. But I'm very open about it, right? It's energy allocation, and a lot of that 10% energy that should be, hey, sit down, play with your dogs, enjoy that moment. That's what I'm trying to get back. But I think openly it was about money at first. It was all money. It was all, hey, I gotta become a pro Call of Duty player so I can pay my rent. Because back then, oh man, if you guys saw the deals, like man, we were winning tournaments for like $700.
Bro, yeah, no, it was hilarious. Yeah,
we won a national championship for $12,000 and split between 4 people after taxes.
I remember going
a lot of money.
MLG Anaheim in like 20, I don't know, it was like 2010 maybe or 2012, I don't remember. But I remember like them like holding up the check right before they won, and I'm like doing the math. I'm like, okay, so it cost me this much to fly out here. And like I'm this old. They're splitting it 4 or 5 ways. What?
Yeah.
Like, was this like fun for them? I hope they got
not going in the 401k. It's
hope it was fun.
Whatever the costs were to get here.
Exactly.
And that's all we knew though, right? So like we were hitting up the tournament like advisors just to make that hey, can you pay us early? We think we're going to win this. And they're like, what? We
pay us in advance.
Hey, can you front us the winnings?
Yeah, and that's true story. We didn't know. We were just we were young, and we were like, all right, we're going to win this 2v2 AK-47 tournament for $400. So let's get that early. And it was ridiculous. But looking back on it is like, so for me, it was I guess going back to the question success was built off nothing but money first. It was like, hey, we got to do this. And then it started turning into the business world where you start to see, you can't really build it off money, right? Because money's going to come if you have a successful business regardless. But then it's like, what action items am I hitting that kind of fulfill me? That's like cool activations, that's giving back to a community in some regard. That's, so many things. But I think your own, the way you're measuring your own success off not the numbers and all those things is so powerful, especially for the viewers, right? Because if you start to get caught up in that, it's such a dangerous place to be. And I say that I live in that place too frequently. Very positive on that message though. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just talking to actually Trevor, Kate about this today. We had like a meeting and we kind of touched on like, what brings like a kind of a sense of fulfillment and like what we want to see from Make Contain Action and all that. And it's very, like I think it's important to celebrate those things. Like you said, Skyler, like you got Rick Ross, the boss, and you need to absolutely celebrating that is exciting, but also it is nice to have that person selfishly for me on the team who is forward thinking, because I will celebrate it and I'm going to enjoy that. But then I will be like, all right, what are we doing next?
Back to work.
But someone's already onto it, which is helpful.
Yeah, having the guy and just not to really what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say a word I can't think of right now. Not to continue to say the same thing over and over again, but I'm going to say the same thing.
Belabor it?
Belabor it. There you go. Thank you so much. We got it. It was belabor for 10 million points. I'm this exact same way about, okay, what's next? Like I'm not gonna lie. I've been pointing my life at signing a free agent contract and like getting 6 years in the major leagues and signing that contract where I have control over my, like how much money I'm gonna get for my whole life. And I got it and I was like, all right, cool. So what's next? Like immediately, like I was like, my wife's like, do you want to go to dinner? I was like, yeah, we can do that. Well, let's go to dinner and it'll be like a celebration too. She's like, Trevor, what? It's been 14 years.
That's crazy.
Like that's what. So I'm very much like with the pod where I'm like, oh yeah, we got this. That was an amazing episode. But what can we change? Like, or what can we? How can we make it better? And then what I have to do is hyper focus on the things. One things I can control and dominating those things, but also being so process oriented that like the success is in the process. All these little check boxes are like a feeling of fulfillment for me. So that's kind of, and to be honest, money very rarely gets locked into it. Even with the free agency thing, I'm like, man, I really don't care that much. I really don't. What I want to do is do stuff. I want to do lots of stuff. I've been planning lots of stuff for my whole life. Now I got people around me that can help me execute it. So I just want to execute and make really awesome stuff. And I want from the organization itself to what that organization is making. I want it all to be awesome. And I want to have that be a skill that I can then use as we ascend through life, if you think about it that way. And I really am the same way. I'm like, my wife's like, hey, you want to go to the beach? I'm like, nah, I got to stream. Like, no, I don't. I don't have to stream. Why do I got to stream? But it's like, I want to. I got to tell myself I don't have to. I want to, and that's why I want to do those things. It's what I enjoy doing, and so it's a little bit of Paul and a little bit of what you said. Just trying to find the best way to like be present, be like, wow, that's really cool, and then make that shift and let the people that are working with me and also achieve the thing celebrate as much as they want. So that's actually helping me slow down a little bit, because I want them to slow down a little bit if they want. I want them to have the opportunity, and that's helping me get through that. But again, like you said, the stress associated where you're like, okay, what's next? We have to execute it. Like it's like made up. It's like there is no stress. I'm just putting it on myself because this is the way that my brain works. Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, long term, there will be a day where you're just like, okay, I'm tired of it. Like I don't need to do anything, and I'm tired of not doing anything. And you'll be happy that you did that. You put in the time and the effort and the work. And I think that's how these things work. Someone's the idea man. Someone's the execution man, and you know, you just
someone's got to celebrate.
Together.
You know what I mean?
Someone's got to celebrate. You know what I mean? Someone's the celebration guy.
Love that.